Hello everyone, I'm Deepti, and this is my first video recording actually, and I just wanted to share as I'm learning and what kind of mistakes I'm making, what kind of my decisions were wrong, and what helped. Even though it is simple, I wanted to just put it out there. Okay, and I hope you all find it interesting or have a good laugh at it. Okay, so let me start that. Let me tell you that what I'm actually trying to do. I'm creating a tic-tac-toe game which you can play remotely. Okay, and the tech part is for front end. I'm using Create React App with TypeScript. My CSS is plain CSS, no nothing, no bootstrap and all that, at least till now. Okay, I'm going to add the CSS part, like making my game look good and all that stuff, the designing part of my game. I'm going to do that later because first I just want to create a structure. Okay, so I'm really interested in learning CSS also. So I'm going to keep that part for my later learning. First I want to create a structure and then I will add design to that structure. It's exactly like when you create a building and then you do the interior of your house and all that stuff. So yeah, wow, wow, wow. On the live video I got an example. But yeah, I'm trying to do something like that. So yeah, my CSS is plain, and for backend I'm using Node server and simple, and I'm making an API call using fetch, no any XUS library. So if you see, everything is very basic. Okay, uh, the I'm using actually React hooks to see how things are working. The kind of things I'm going to concentrate over here is my components naming structure. Am I able to read my own code? If I take a break of 1 week, am I able to understand my own code that's I'm written, just to see how that all all that process work actually. Okay, so let me show you what I have created. Just a big spoiler, it doesn't work. Okay, and you can help me out to figure it out why it doesn't work. And actually I'm also trying to figure it out, which I kind of know what I have to do, but I've still not done it yet. And before that only I've decided to record this video out to show you, like, what kind of mistake I've done. So let me take you to that screen. So this is the thing. uh, Welcome tic-tac-toe game. Whenever you come to this this thing with localhost, on this link it will show you the screen. Once you click this button, it will take you to this screen where it asks you to register the player one. So if I want to initiate the game, by default I'm a player one. Okay, I'm not giving that option yet, so I don't know what's the use of giving that option, but yeah. So player one, and you're supposed to enter the name and register. Okay, so once you press this register, it makes an API call to the server. Okay, and it sends the details like your name, the name that you have entered, and plus at the same time it is creating a game ID. Okay, and so under that game ID, the player one name is saved. Okay, once you do that, let me show you the code for that, actually how it is happening. I have created only two scenes, but okay, simple. It's my game API. Okay, making a request to the server. My server is running at 500, localhost 500. Yeah, and this is the kind of the information I'm sending to the server. Player one, player two, and game ID. For creating the game ID, I'm using create game UUI ID. I always have problems saying that. So yeah, it's that it creates an ID which is string ID, and I forgot what was the importance about it, but it's that it can never ever be created in this game. No, by default, no, you will never have the same ID again. That's the point of using this one, and I'm not sure what else, but yeah, somebody actually recommended me to use that. So this information is sent to the server. Okay, and then now let me show you, take you back how it will work. Mhm. So yeah, initiate the game. Okay, it should take you to this screen, but it doesn't take me to the screen. Now here comes the problem. It actually sends all my information to the server, and this is the response of the server. Okay, instead of taking me to this screen, it's taking me directly here where player name, it should show the player name that I have entered, and it tells me that invite player 2 with the given link, and this link I have to copy it and share with player 2. This is how ideally it should work, but the way I have written the code, it doesn't work like that. So let's see, like, let's see the code part of it now. I have game details. Okay, and I'm using set state, and in game details nothing is but an object which has player name, player 2, player name 1, player name 2, and game ID. Okay, the thing is, whenever there is any change in this state, whenever any change in the state of game details, I'm making the API call using use effect. Earlier, why? Because I thought that whenever exactly the change is happening over here only, right? Whenever the state updates, make an API call. Whenever, if it is player 1 or player 2, change that and make it. I thought it should work. So earlier I was returning. Earlier I was actually not. Earlier I didn't load this create request, a server request into the use effect. It was into a different normal function. There was no use effect, but because this game detail updates asynchronously, okay, it was still sending the default empty string to the server, because by the time state gets updated, it's already making the server request. So I thought, okay, I need to better wait for the state to get update and then make the server request, so I thought use effect is really good for it, because once the game details are updated, once it updates the game, I wanted it to make the request. But what is happening, my use effect renders itself by default in my first pane, in my first render actually, and because of that, it is sending the it works like this. This is here, the use effect monster comes, does all the thing without letting me enter even the name also. So either now I have to decide when to make the API call. That is the one thing that I have to decide. I have to make sure whether I have created the state properly. Do I need to have state? Do I need to store all the details on the screen also, or I should just save it on the server, so that on the state update I don't have to use effect. Instead of that, on the button click, actually make the API call. That is one of the solution, or else I don't know what it is. I'm just trying to figuring out, and it's interesting actually. I like it the way it is stuck. So this is all what my point. This is what the point of my video was, to share where I'm stuck and how I'm thinking and how I'm trying to figure it out. What kind of how do I learn actually? That was one of the things. So I hope you all have enjoyed and you're having a good time, and you are learning something new, you are improving your skills, and even if you are not doing anything, just learn to rest also. That is also an important skill. So I'll show you in my next video how I achieved this, and give me the feedback. What else can I improve to explain the code? Like the way I am explaining right now is fine. I have not, what is not, I have not explained well. I do know that the code was pre-written already, and that is one of the reason that it was hard for me to explain the code. So I'll make sure in my next video I'll try to make it more better. So this is the first video. I can make all mistake I want in this video, so bear me and spare me. Bye bye, see ya.